Okay, so first character obviously should be Dorothy. Now, this one's really easy for me. I think Dorothy is a lot better in the movie, and I feel like that's somewhat of an unpopular opinion because a lot of people, when they argue for the book, they they heavily argue in book Dorothy's favor and say it's one of the most like clear elements for the book being better. And I have a lot of problems with these arguments. I feel like a lot of them are misguided. Like I get where they're coming from, but I feel like they're heavily flawed. The main thing I hear is, oh, in the MGM movie, they really kind of made her a damsel in distress. They took away the feminist aspect of the book, which is really important. How Dorothy was very heroic and brave, and I get where they're coming from. I don't think that argument has no merit, but I don't think it's necessarily true. Okay, in the movie, Dorothy cries a lot, and she gets kidnapped, and her three friends have to save her. But to say they took away her feminist element and she's not no longer a strong character, I have to majorly disagree with that. First of all, she yells at a giant wizard that at the time she believed to be an all-powerful, like, god. She yelled at him directly, knowing or thinking that he could just destroy her or do whatever he wanted with her. She also slapped a lion right in the face, which, I don't know about you, but I don't think most people would be brave enough to slap a lion in the face. And she also directly insults and argues with the Wicked Witch of the West, and a lot of people wouldn't be brave enough to do that. And I know she cries a lot, but really I think that just gives her more depth. I think to say that it's a weakness to cry is kind of dangerous and harmful almost, because it kind of just strips people of their emotion. To say that people should just be stone-faced and never cry or never show any emotion, that's not, like, that doesn't make you, like, a badass or whatever. So I think using that against Judy's Dorothy is a really misguided argument. And, I mean, who wouldn't cry in that situation? Who wouldn't cry if they were in this weird magical land filled with all these witches and lions and they're all talking and there's flying monkeys everywhere? You'd be horrified. You would cry a lot. Let's not. So to say that Judy Garland's Dorothy is weak for always crying, I think is a very poor argument. In the movie, she constantly says, I want to go home, I want to go home, and you never forget her motivation. It's just one of the benefits of the visual medium of the movie, because Judy had to give a performance. When you see her eyes, her big doe eyes, you see that she really sells that she's a Kansas farm girl who got swooped from Kansas into Oz, and she's just stunned at what she's seeing. And her smile at it is so genuine, and it's just kind of contagious. And when she cries, you feel for her, you feel empathetic. And just seeing her, hearing her sing over the rainbow, seeing her as she seems delicate, but also proactive in her own way. You know, people say, oh, she didn't do anything. She just relied on everyone else. With all the things I mentioned before, and I mean, there's the fact that she told the woman she would bite her because she wouldn't give her her dog back. I mean, most people wouldn't do that. Sure, she doesn't just throw the water at the witch on purpose in the movie, but she's still being proactive. She's a proactive character. She helps her friend. She sees that Scarecrow is in danger, and as soon as she can, she wipes out the fire that's about to kill him. Another thing people point to is Dorothy's age. A lot of people have a problem with how old Judy Garland was when they did the movie. She was 16, going on 17, and of course in the book, Dorothy is at the youngest 8 years old. Just the whole concept of questioning who you are, kind of starting to want to get away from home and move on to bigger things. I don't know, I think it's a universal feeling, but I think it's just a little more common with teenagers. And also I think the way Dorothy is so relatively unfazed compared to how a normal person would react works a lot better for a teenager. I find it hard to believe an 8-year-old would just be chill and Oz, just like, oh, hey, a talking scarecrow. Wow, I'm 8. This is fine. And honestly, I think, just in general, Dorothy in the movie is a better character. Because in the book, I mean, she's not a bad character, but she's very much a blank slate. She's very much there, to be the reader, a fill-in for the reader, to insert yourself in the story. Because Scarecrow, Tim, and Lion in that story, they're really the ones with the major character development in the book, with the major motivation. I mean, Dorothy does have that motivation, but she never really like sells you on it. Like Judy's Dorothy really needed to get home. She wanted to get home. And while the book Dorothy is great, and I think it's somewhat of a landmark for feminism in literature, Judy Garland's Dorothy, I think, is just the better character. She's more of a character. Hi everyone, it's me, the Video Vault of Oz. If you like this video, be sure to subscribe, and all my social media is linked in the description, so you can talk to me or get in touch with me if you need to. I hope you enjoyed this video, and have a good day.